We're live now.
Hey, like,
Yeah.
how bad Swati?
Swati will come.
Wait, let me come through.
Hi guys.
I can't see anything. Oh, it's my hair. Hey, what's up? Hi, fam. Oh. Hi, fam. Hello. Am I supposed to keep this on airplane mode? அப்படிலாம் இல்லைல்ல
Yeah, call vanda the.
கால் வரும்ல so I can put it on air.
I don't think so.
Anyways, let's just hope no calls come. Anyways, so guys, Swati ஜாயின் பண்ணுறதுக்கு முன்னாடி நான் அவங்கள பற்றி கொஞ்சம் விஷயம் ஷேர் பண்ணலான்னு இருக்கேன். ஸோ பேசிக்லி Swati is first of all a very dear friend of us, but she's got a list of things that she is, and she's amazing in those things. So she's done her psychology.
Yay, she's here.
Yo, what's up? She's a parenting counselor, she's a lactation consultant, and she's a sex educator. So she takes a lot of workshops. She's got her own classes, online classes, and she's a very busy person. And she's a very close friend of us, and we look up to her like she's a great influence in our lives. And we got in touch with her through Chinmayi. We saw in one of Chinmayi's posts, avangala patti naanga paathom. So we were searching that time, soul searching. We need help in it. And luckily we found Swati, whose handle is Maya's Amma.
And so woke up.
And Akira is also up. Anyways, so let me invite my darling Swati. How do you invite Shruti? You know I'm so technology savvy,
Send
right?
a request to Swati.
Oh, Swati, can you send us a request?
Yes.
So we're going to sit, and today what we're going to do is, did you send her?
Wait, இங்க இருக்கு.
Shruti theriyala.
No, இங்க இருக்கு நிறைய பேர் request.
So today what we are going to do, the topic is sex education, and சமீபத்துல நிறைய நியூஸ் எல்லாம் வருது, you know what all is happening in the world related to topic of sex. Hi. Hello. Thank you for that. நான் வந்து
Hey, same page. We're also having tea.
I don't have tea.
Yeah, அவ டீ குடிக்க மாட்டேன்
We are coffee drinkers.
குடிக்கிறான்.
Anyways, thank you so much, Swati, for joining us. First of all, big thanks. You're a very busy person, and you're given time for this. But I love my fam. They have been very supportive to me, and this is such an important topic. It's not something that it's something that not something which even I know, and I'm also very curious. And you're the only person we can come to. So I want the fam also to know about this, and we have a few questions, and I would like you to answer a few questions. So this is something that I would like you to spread your knowledge to my gang over here, who are all are online, and it will really help us all. And
She spilled the tea.
Madam over here spilled tea. Very good. Oh, guys, Akira, say hello to.
Correcta endirishta ava. She's sleeping all alone and then she woke up.
Hi, Akira.
Oh, she's wearing the frock you gave her.
Oh yeah, by the way. Thank you so much.
Hi, Maya. Hi,
Hey.
Hi, Maya.
Yo.
Hi.
Thank you for making me Hulk, darling. Thank you.
So Nakul
Hi,
is Hulk
sweetheart,
and
we miss
Shruti is
you.
Barbie, no?
Thank you
Akira
so
இப்பதான்
much. That's
எந்திரிச்சாலாம்.
so smart. I'm so proud of Maya. Maya is like, I look up to Maya. Literally, like really. I'm so, I wish I was like Maya when I was a child. Like,
Yeah, even she agrees.
she does. So, Swati, would you like, how do you want to start this? Like, we'll take definitely we'll take questions from the fam.
We can take, yeah. So first we'll
End
just we'll talk about what the whole funda around sex education is, and then we will take questions. So I think எல்லாருக்கும் இது எப்படி தமிழ்ல பண்ணலாமா, so that உங்க audience maximum.
Yeah.
Right, okay. So
Both.
fine. So yesterday what happened, Maya was playing with Hulk and Barbie. So I'll first tell this incident.
Please.
She was just doing this pretend play wherein Hulk and Barbie were fighting with each other and all that. So அப்படி fight பண்ணாங்க and um, we just started a conversation based on that. I just so Hulk and Barbie were a couple, but they were fighting about something. Fighting a physical fight, okay, அடித்தடி சண்டை அந்த மாதிரி சண்டை. So then I asked her, please English only வருது. So I think I'll focus on English. Okay. So yeah, so I asked her, okay, are they a couple? So the Barbie seems to be taller than Hulk. Is that a problem? Because I was noting down the live for today, and then somehow this you both came into my mind, and I thought based on that I'll have a conversation with her, and I asked her if there's a problem in the girl being taller than the guy. And she couldn't understand because it doesn't, these kind of things don't make sense to children, no? So adanal she said, what is there about it? Abdin keta. And I asked her, illa, if the girl is taller than the guy, is there a problem? Does that matter? Abdin ketadukku, that doesn't matter. What matters is both of them if they love each other or not. Abdina. So I said, yeah, cool, yeah. மைண்ட்ல நினைச்சுக்கிட்டேன் நிறைய பேருக்கு தெரிஞ்சுக்க வேண்டி இருக்கு, பட் இவளுக்கு அது சாதாரணமா இருக்கு. So then I told her, do you know anybody who is like that, tall girl and then slightly, I mean, you're tall anyway, I know Nakul is tall, but compared to Shruti, there's a little bit of difference. So I asked her if you know a couple like that, and she said, no, I don't know. So then I told her that Shruti and Nakul are like that, and she said, really? Oh, okay. I hadn't noticed that, அப்படின்னு சொன்னா. சரி, next time பாத்துக்கலாம் அப்படின்னு சொன்னேன். So I wanted to write about it. So இன்னைக்கு காலையில எழுதலாமா ரீல் பண்ணலாமா அப்படின்னு இருக்கும்போது she took the Hulk and the Barbie and we decided to make a reel itself. So that happened. So why I'm telling you this example in your life is because people need to understand that sex education is not simply about talking about sex or the act of having sex. It's also about generally having a very open conversation with your child about anything, and that anything can involve anything to do with body, consent or permission, boundaries, social issues, relationships, emotions, whatever you want to talk about, having small, simple, light-hearted conversations can also be part of sex education. Because when you get that kind of rapport with the child, you get to a point where you can talk about anything to the child. Okay, so though sex education is all to do about sexual health, it also includes relationships also in it. So when we talk about relationships, a guy that's shorter than a girl can become a relationship issue tomorrow, when she is searching for or when she is looking out for a partner, or these kind of things shouldn't be a hindrance to them, right? So talking about gender issues, stereotyping, general social issues, it ellame is part of sex education. I just want everybody to understand that, so I told this incident.
Thank you. Actually, I want to tell the fam also that, see, what Swati is doing over here is something, she's doing it for us with a lot of love, but she's a very busy person, and she helps a lot of people. And what we are going to gain today from her, the knowledge that we are going to gain, is going to help us all. And I want to, the reason why I am doing this, Swati, is also because my daughter is also getting older, and I want to create a safer environment for her also. And I'm sure you would want to do that for your children as well, fam. And your siblings, not just children, anyone, your family. So it's good to know this, because at least your family la appadi irundhudu munadi. Like, for example, if a whisper ad also came on television, patak, channels changed. Condom ad finished. Like, hey! Anything. Watch a Hollywood movie and they start kissing and it's like over. Oh my God. So that creates a lot of curiosity. In today's times, I feel children have a lot of curiosity for everything, and you can't blame them. It's just biology.
Because of that curiosity, veetla edho solladadunala, they go find out from outside and they get a lot of wrong information. So I want the people, to know it like from the person who really knows things, and learn the right thing. Even I want to learn. It's not like I know everything. Like the usual question is there, like which parents, I'm sure you will get to that, but the question is like, how are children born, Papa? I'm like, my God, what am I going to tell? So I want to learn these things, and I want the fam also to know. And you're the best person to do this. So please help.
Yeah. No, see, the simplest is to attend workshops. That's the simplest thing that anybody can do. So workshops will go on for 2 to 2.5 hours, sometimes 3 hours. So we discuss A to Z about sex education, or what exactly is comprehensive sexuality health education. அப்படிங்கிறது ஒரு workshopல we do it completely full-fledged. But in the மாதிரி live எல்லாம் பண்ணும்போது the best way to understand a concept is through examples. So we'll talk எல்லாமே through examples we will talk.
Sure.
So இப்போ simple another example. So I just told about this example wherein we took you both as an example to indicate that height doesn't matter in a relationship. Another one could be for example, some of these comments that come during a live, okay, where people comment bad things, obscenity,
Right.
or something just to
joke.
insult another person. So from where does that come from, that you should not respect another person, or you can talk however you want with another person? So I'm in the I'm behind a screen, nobody will know who I am, so nobody will know about my insecurities, so I can push it on somebody else, is their mind voice probably. So that also comes under sex education, where we have to discuss about good online behavior. How do you talk to another person when you're having a discussion, or how to respect another gender? Okay, so idillamum comes under sex education. So I'm just going to deal with all the other aspects that come into sex education without directly telling what is sex education. So online behavior is part of it. Now let's forget completely about sex education. Just imagine a baby is born. Now the first thing that the parent will do is breastfeed the baby. So when the parent is breastfeeding the child, okay, they just do it casually, or after some struggle they figure it out, fine, okay. But imagine what is going to happen after 6 months, when the child is ready for solids. You start with solid foods, but at that time you have to make sure that the child is fully aware of what they are doing. Okay, we cannot force food into the child. We cannot make the child eat through other distractions. If the child never understands body boundaries, they are very susceptible to abuse. Okay, so they have to know that no means no. Even my mother itself or my father itself have to listen to me when I say a no. So on the other hand, what exactly is happening when children say no, parents somehow make them eat. So that gives them a very or an indirect message, or even a direct message, that my no doesn't have a value. So when they are forced to eat, or when they are distracted to eat beyond their capabilities, they lose connection with their body. So they don't know how much they have eaten. They don't know when to stop. They don't know if they need an extra serving, or simply they are eating for taste sake, or just because somebody is distracting them or entertaining them. Are they eating just for that, or do they really need it? So these are some important things that today's adults don't know. So when you train children to not trust their own bodies, tomorrow when a stranger, or even if a family member sits next to them and then puts their hand over the shoulder of this child, or touches the child in a way that makes the child feel uncomfortable, this child will not trust its body signals that is very clearly telling the child move away, or shout or scream or whatever. When the body tells them, body will definitely keep on communicating these things. It's just that from childhood we have been trained to not trust our bodies, because our mothers, when they give solids, what they used to say, you don't know whether you're full, I know if you're full. So from a very young age we have been allowed to trust others than ourselves. So I want people who are listening to this to also know that the moment you start solids itself, sex education has practically started in your families, because you're teaching the child consent and boundaries through food. So that's another way of understanding sex education, that it also means consent and boundaries.
Yeah.
Yes.
and how அது அப்படி ஊட்டி விடுறதுனால அப்படி ஃபோர்ஸ் பண்ணி ஊட்டி விடுறதுனால well into adulthood how we have issues with food, issues for saying no. No, I think is the biggest problem right now for all of us. நம்மளுக்கு ஒண்ணு பண்ண வேண்டாம், I don't like it, I don't want to, why should I do it அப்படினா சொல்றதுக்கே நம்மளால வந்து முடியல. When you don't want to do it, nobody wants to respect it, even if it's your own parents.
Yeah, that's food is so important. So we're so connected to food emotionally also that we don't people really don't realize how they are harming their child.
Yes.
We always feel like let it eat more, let it grow healthy.
Yes.
That is
not just that, Nakul and Shruti. See, even if we think of things other than food, say a guest has come home and then the child is not interested to sit with the guest, okay? A child just wants to go inside probably. But do parents allow the child to go inside? They have to sit with the guest இல்லையா? பாட்டு பாடணும். ஆமா, அதுதான். So at different circumstances we are reinforced that message that don't trust your body, you don't listen to what your body is trying to tell you, you have to behave, you shouldn't be rude. I mean, this word rude is very common. So rude அப்படிங்கறது எடுத்துக்கிட்டாங்க. And one more example that I usually say in my sex ed classes, I tell it here. So I was going on a walk with Maya, and one of my Instagram followers, she saw us from across the road, and despite the mask, she recognized that it's me because mandamela irukra konda onnu panna mudiyadhu. So kannadi and all that. கண்ணாடி வேற சம்பந்தமே இல்லாத ஒரு கலர்ல இருக்கும், அதனால கண்டிப்பா கண்டுபிடிச்சிருவாங்க. So she screamed from the other side, no, Maya Zama அப்படின்னு scream பண்ணாங்க. Me and Maya, we stopped, and then she ran to us. Her husband was waiting on the other end. He was like, hi, and she just came next to us and she started talking to us. She immediately looked at Maya and she said, hi Mayu, how are you, and all. So Mayu just removed her mask and she said, see, my family only calls me Mayu, you can call me Maya. Okay. So for a second I felt rude. So that feeling of is she being rude, that immediately comes to us because we have been raised that way to be nice to everybody. But here but that 2 seconds, after that 2 seconds, I realized she is just having her own boundaries there. Okay, this is what it is, நீங்க இப்படி இருந்துக்கோங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்றாங்க. We don't have to name everything or label everything as rude. We can label a lot of things as just healthy boundaries, which a lot of people actually don't have today. So so
also when you tell something like sorry also when you tell a child, like somebody, like if the child is shy and you tell them illa kucha padra குழந்தை கூச்சப்படுற, that's also actually a pretty wrong thing. That's also letting down your child, I feel, in some way, in front of somebody. Actually they are shy.
See, a lot of extrovert parents actually do this. Okay, if they have an introvert child, they force this child to be social with everybody, and they're very upset that the child is not social. This is a huge complaint a lot of talkative parents or extrovert parents tell us. My child is not socializing and all that. Actually, you know what? Why should we socialize with everybody? What's the point of socializing? And today we are teaching everybody not to socialize with everybody. So there is no need to socialize.
True.
The lesser your social circle, the best. Podu.
Can we talk about taboos? What all taboos we have in our culture, and நிறைய பேர் வந்து தமிழ்ல பேசுங்க. I want it to be honest, I want this to be like everybody can watch, anybody can watch, it should not just be specific for this. If tomorrow this goes to, suppose in Calcutta, or somebody watches this in Andhra or whatever, somebody can understand one language for all. I'm trying to do that, guys, so please don't feel that we're trying to boycott any language here. We are not trying to do that. Want to get this to reach as many people as possible and probably learn something. You never know who will be watching this. So please don't feel like we are only very English la pesranga. No. So taboos, at least in our family, it was majorly there. No talking about these things. No, the word S.
Leave the word S. They don't even call a penis, a vagina, or a vulva.
Vulva அப்படின்ற ஒரு வார்த்தையே நம்மளுக்கு வந்து எப்போ தெரியும்? We only know one word.
Yeah.
Pee, pee, poo, poo. And thanks to you that, I learned and I understood that, why it is important to name your body parts correctly. ஏன்னா இதெல்லாம் தெரிஞ்சதுன்னா நம்மளுக்கு வந்து how many things sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I'll be like handling Akira also. Yeah.
நம்மளுக்கு இதெல்லாம் வந்து if you had known this earlier, from a very young age, if somebody is touching us inappropriately, we know to tell correctly. If somebody pulls our hand, we can say, they pulled my hand, en kaiya pudichu irutanga, kaala pudichu irutanga. But when you yourself are saying, the pee pee poo poo, then how will the child know? They will also think it's a bad word, right? And they will feel ashamed to talk about it.
So taboos and what parents should probably learn. This is children, we only teach them. This is their first school, right? This is where it starts.
Yeah.
So I want to let the parents know what is right and what is wrong. There's nothing, how you should communicate with your child and what signals your child is probably giving you, and how you decode it.
Yeah, so the first so-called taboo that we need to break is using the right words for the genitals. So penis and vulva has to be communicated, and vagina is inside the body, vulva is outside the body. We need to make it very clear for the girls. And using butt or anus or breast and nipples, all these words can be communicated to the child. And just like we say head and shoulder and neck and toes and all these things, toes and all, how many children actually understand? Shoulder and all is a very difficult word for children to understand. When you can say shoulder, penis is very easy to say. So first taboo we need to try to break is the right words. And the sad thing is we are not able to even use the right words in the regional languages because it's a swear word in most regional languages. These private parts are all swear words. So we are not even able to comfortably communicate in our mother tongue, and we have to restrict ourselves to English because of this.
So true, I never thought about that. Yeah. So that's a sad thing. So because a lot of parents ask me, can we say in Tamil, can we say in Malayalam? And I'm like, you say in Tamil and say what it is. Yeah.
Okay. So
genitals
for a bad word.
Like that, I've never thought about it actually. Why are the private parts or whatever, why are they used as swear words? I truly don't understand now. Now I'm actually questioning that point. Like, why do we do that? Why is humanity done that? Anyways.
Because that place is, meant to be a shameful place, dirty place, bad place. So you can, to shame another person, to make another person feel dirty, you can use it.
That's so wrong, Ala. That's so wrong.
Yeah. Yes. So the first thing, So first thing, we need to break a taboo of not using the right words. So we need to start using the right words. Second one is making children understand what healthy relationships look like. That also is the responsibility of the parent. So children look at the parents and see what is healthy relationship. So the way you talk to your partner, the way your partner responds, because the child is constantly thinking, constantly processing it, who speaks more, who speaks less, who is the one to shout all the time, who is the one saying sorry, who cries all the time. So why is Amma Appa talking like this? Why is Tata Party talking like this? Why are they putting down Amma in front of everybody? Why is Amma feeling bad? Because children can connect with all these micro expressions. So they are constantly observing their environment. They can constantly see who is ill-treating another person, who is treating somebody equally, who is empathetic, all that, no? Because when you see a lot of friendly people, children immediately bond with them. Because children can understand that whether the person is sweet or not and all, they can understand. So they will immediately bond like that. So children can observe these little expressions and all that. So we need to make children understand what is healthy relationship. We also need to make them understand what is unhealthy relationship, which means if we see a movie or something and then we see somebody hitting somebody, we can take it as an opportunity to teach the child that this is not okay. Okay. So I'm not telling you need to give all kinds of content to the child. Try to restrict content as much as possible. Try to make them see only content for children. But in case they come across something, because a lot of parents are scared, we are watching a movie, suddenly the child is walking in, and what if they see something? What do we say? Use any opportunity as a teachable moment. So it's called a teachable moment or a teachable opportunity. So if you see somebody hitting somebody in a movie or something, that's not supposed to be done. It's not okay to hit somebody like that. That can be conveyed. So healthy and unhealthy relationships have to be communicated to a child. Then things like body shaming and slut shaming and all that. No, when you see it somewhere in a TV program, in a say a TV program anchor is being slut shamed or body shamed, then if everybody is sitting and watching together, the parent can immediately pitch in, intervene and say, I don't think that's fine to do that. So the child is constantly observing. So today they've observed you telling something. After a couple of days, they observed you telling something on the similar lines. After another week, they observed you telling something on similar lines. That's how they understand, this is my mother's value system. This is my father's value system. This is what they stand for. This is what they do not approve of. So that's how they can create their own value system. Instead, when you see a TV program and then when you go, why is that lady wearing that kind of a dress? இதெல்லாம் நல்லா இல்ல அப்படின்ற மாதிரி கமெண்ட் போட்டீங்கன்னா, what the child understands through that, okay, my mother or my father doesn't approve of the thighs being seen, so I need to cover myself up, and if somebody shows it, they're bad. Okay, they deserve to be slut shamed. So little by little, every little sentence that you say is sex education. That's what people don't realize. When parents ask me, when do we start sex education? Should we wait for the child to be 5 or 6 or 7? In that 5 years or 7 years, the child would have learned a lot of things from you. So it's always best to understand what is sex education as a parent before trying to teach something to the child. Forget about the child. Do you know what is sex education? That's the question here. It's not about the child at all. It's not about the age of the child, gender of the child, nothing. The question here is, what do you know about sex education? How much are you prepared to handle questions? Or are you even handling things in your daily life in the right way? How do we handle when we see another family with a baby? Do we go and grab the baby or pinch the baby on the cheeks without asking the family permission? That means the child understands what is our boundaries, no? Oh, there is no boundary. If it's a baby, you can do whatever you want with it. Right? Yeah. So without you teaching anything to the child, indirectly, there's a lot of message the child is getting from you.
By your actions, by the way. Like even for example, when I see like people breaking signals, even on the road, I
child is watching.
That one person once said, they were waiting at the signal and the co-passenger said, nobody's here now, why don't you just cross the red light? So the guy said, no, somewhere out there, there's a child watching.
Yeah.
So please remember, guys, that your child is watching, it's learning from you. It's not like school ku ponada the child is learning. Appadi kadiyadu. It starts at home. Education starts at home. And you're responsible.
Home versus school.
School la maybe 12 hours, but the rest of the time they're at home only. They're seeing your actions, they're seeing how you are treating people, talking about people. Nothing wrong. And that, see, it's not like we were also born knowing all these things. Now, right now, I'm sitting and learning from Swati fam. It's not like I know these things or something. Or I'm the right one. No, I've made mistakes. We've all made mistakes in life.
We've all
have the facility to learn all this. Whatever was passed on by their own parents, they were also teaching them.
So they're not wrong. Nobody's wrong. But if you're not ready to learn and make a change, that I feel is wrong.
Yes.
And be progressive.
See, for that matter, in Maya's age or in Akira's age, there might be something else that's coming up. So that time we can't be stones. We can't say, this is what is right. Whatever we followed is only right. You girls shouldn't be following these things. We shouldn't say. We should allow them to explore and evolve in their own pace. Their own world. See, basically what is happening is we are molding our children based on what this world needs. Our parents molded us based on what that world needed, maybe.
Right.
Okay, so since the world is changing, we need to evolve accordingly. Another taboo that we can very, very easily speak of now is, why is my shimmy being seen and why is her bra strap being seen?
Okay.
You probably didn't observe because you're used to seeing, but there are a lot of people not used to seeing. So what they will think, why are they showing bra straps, right? So this is a wide neck t-shirt. It can go this way, that way. Yeah. So, but when you need to talk about all these things, Nakul, it's very, very complex. Okay,
but
because
I would also like them to know, if they've even thought about it like that also, it's okay, but there's a different way to think of it also.
yes, there's
Maybe you didn't
nothing
know, it's
wrong if you
fine.
thought it is bad. If you thought it's bad, it's not wrong. Okay, with what you've seen, with what you've seen only you make your world. You cannot make your world with what you have not seen.
True.
Okay,
Right,
if
right.
I give, yeah, so if you have never ever had an avocado dip in your life, if I give you avocado dip, you have to just eat it and then say how you feel like. But you haven't eaten it before. You don't have anything else to compare it with. So, which means when a bra strap is seen, why should you be embarrassed by it? It's something everybody wears. It is part of clothing. It is just cloth only. So
The
there
thing
is
is, I
nothing
think,
wrong.
sorry, I think people feel, I think probably they'll be ridiculed. Keklama. Illa, ipdithaan irukum. They keep it, why to ask?
Yeah.
I think it's also in our schooling system also, children are scared of ridicule. If you don't come first,
Yes.
they're scared to raise their hand, because if they say the wrong answer, they are going to get hacked in the class. So these things,
Correct,
all these
correct.
things have to change, right?
Yeah.
That's why this session, I want the fam to know out there, it's okay. We are not born knowing everything. We learn things.
Yes,
Just continue
yes.
learning.
And continue
Yes.
unlearning also.
Continue unlearning,
Yeah.
yeah. Don't stick to one thing saying this is only the right way. This is how we have lived for thousands of years. No. We have to live with the time, move with the time. And now, so many things. Now you are using technology. Why do you say, no, in the phone, use phone. Hello? Why do you use a cell phone? Why do we do video calling? Because
Correct,
we are
correct.
moving with technology. So move even in thoughts, in ideas, and ask for help.
Yes.
So yeah,
Yes.
now
So
another big. Please, you continue.
yeah, no. I spoke about shoulder or this bra strap thing is because we think that nudity is inherently sexual. Okay. So a nude body illa naked body abdinale we quickly associate it with sexuality. Okay, that's why when Shruti posted an image of childbirth, immediately people started ridiculing it. That's because they consider nude body only as a sexual body. But beyond a sexual purpose, a nude body has different purposes. Do you only have sex with your nude body? Don't you bath with your nude body? Don't you go to a doctor and show your nude body? Right?
True.
If you're breastfeeding a child, it's part of your nudity that's involved in it. If you're giving birth, there is a nudity involved in it. If you're participating, or if you're a model in in an art school, your body will be drawn by students. That time, what sexuality is there? Right? When you're swimming, you go half nude. That is also nudity. But why, why should sexuality be part of it? So nudity is not always associated with sexuality. This is something, people need to know, because people are quite scared. Can I be nude in front of my child? Can I undress or dress in front of my child? These are the questions that a lot of people ask. And you cannot live in a cave. You are living in that house with the child, with another child. There are, these children are around you all the time. So once or twice, okay, they see you nude or naked, nothing is going to happen. It's just their father and mother. When they see naked bodies, children also have to see non-sexualized versions of the human body, because the only place they get to see human body is a sexualized version. Today in movies, songs, and all these things, there's all a sexualized, perfect depiction of human body. Only when children only see that, that's what they're going to imbibe from movies, porn, and everything. When they see the body only in one way, they're not able to accept the normal body. Why do you think women are not able to understand or accept postpartum body?
Correct.
So that's because they don't get to see it anywhere. So we need to talk more about it, show photographs more, and whoever is confident enough to show their body has to show their body. And when they're showing the body, if somebody is not okay with it, they have to shut up. Okay, they can't say you don't do it. If they are comfortable with it, let them do it. So we need to allow others to do what they want to do. That's also another aspect of sex education. Letting others be. Right? Why should you have an opinion about their life? Or why should you judge another person's choices? So
and
that also comes
of
under
things.
sex education
People
easily.
they just go straight and they just point and they say, oh, you're fat, oh, you're thin, oh, you're dark, you're fair.
your eyes are like Chinese. There's so many. They just shame. They think it's normal.
You might
I
have
don't
come
get
across
angry with these
that a
people.
lot, right? So
I
that
don't
is
get
because
angry
of
with
your.
these people at all.
No, I mean you might
don't.
have come across that a lot, no, because of your
Quite
unique
a bit.
features. I have
But
come across a lot
I
for
love my
my
fan. They're
hair.
all till now,
Yeah.
Swati, till now, all my fans, all my people who are there following me, they've been always so kind to me. And that's why to be honest, I'm a person who has had so many issues, insecurities and all. I'm a very shy kind of a guy, but I feel that I can open up here and I talk to people over here is because this is how I am. There have been people who told me, why is this guy like this? But now I've accepted that this is me, this is my personality, this is how I am, this is how I communicate. So I want people out there to, just be yourself and learn things and grow with time. And as much as I can do, you can do, we all can do, trying to help people out there. So this is so important because people don't understand how important food is, how you raise your child is, and the traumas that, your child grows with if you don't do some things and don't learn about it and you feel, no, இப்படிதான் பண்ணிருக்காங்க, இப்படிதான் நாங்க பண்ணுவோம். எங்க குழந்தை நாங்க இப்படிதான் வளர்ப்போம். That's such a wrong concept,
And expecting your children to follow only your values and your expectations is wrong.
Yeah.
And family itself body shaming their own child or husband or wife is really heartbreaking. ஒரு மூணாவது மனுஷன் சொன்னா கூட you can be like they don't even know me and they're talking and going, you won't even see their face. But imagine somebody you're living with and they shame you like that. How traumatizing it is.
And in today's times, I don't know if parents do this. I'm just guessing, like assuming that I think sex education is like porn. Maybe learning, probably they think it's that, but that itself is so wrong. Right?
Yes. That's what I wanted to break in this life because
generations. I want you to say something about that also.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure a lot of people actually think sex education is something to do with having sex. That's why I wanted to bring forth these points that it's to do with the body, with consent. There is boundaries and permission involved. There is food. Food is also an aspect of sex education. Talking about relationships, part of sex education. Slut shaming, part of sex education. Social issues are part of sex education. Everything, emotions, everything is part of sex education. Now, because you asked about porn, see, actually speaking, there is no problem with porn as such, but the problem is unregulated content. Okay, so people watching porn now and then is not a problem. Okay, the problem is majority of the porn content, 99% of the porn content is material made by men for men. Okay, so it a lot of porn content includes violence, aggression, children, then what? Secret cameras and scandals and which means which means it's giving a people message that you can peep into others' bedrooms. You don't have to. There is no concept of boundaries or anything there, privacy or anything is there. So these kind of messages in porn can, or for example,
it's
a lot
only
of people
about
have
pleasure.
Yes, it's almost always focusing only about the man's pleasure and doesn't show real looking people in many situations. So people actually think that men or men's bodies need to be looking like this, women's bodies have to look like this. So that kind of a body image issue develops because of porn, and basically people think that this is how sex should be. This is how two people should interact between sex, when they are getting sexually intimate. And a lot of women actually ask me, ma'am, idellam pannanuma, ipdida irkanuma, I'm not comfortable with all these things and my partner is asking me to do all these things. And some people are not even asking, they are just assuming they just want me to do it, not even asking. So porn gives you a lot of such messaging, basically, how sex should be, how relationship should be, how people should treat each other. And lot of guys getting too aggressive on girls and they are not even interested, or they might not be completely aroused or completely into the process. Before that itself they are getting into penetrative sex, and that is becoming painful for a lot of women. And so basically what is it now? People think porn is sex, and porn is not sex. Porn is just part of sex.
True, that's what. And they think life is like that. This is what happens in the bedroom.
things like that. It's very sad. That's why this session, and right now I'm seeing a lot of comments like Tamil la pesunga.
Because no, I think
And they write
Nakul,
that in
you already
English.
made it. Yeah, you already made it very clear that we're going to talk in English only.
Yeah.
So maybe we can announce that it's going to be a Tamil session and maybe do one in Tamil maybe next time.
I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm sorry. I wanted it to be for everyone.
Yes.
So some people may not understand Tamil. So yeah.
So we spoke about the problems of porn, no? Why I talked about it now is because our children are going to watch this one day.
100%.
Right? How much ever we scrutinize online content, they are going to get this content. So when they get this content, who is going to guide them about what is okay and what is not okay? So there will be a time in your life when you have to talk to your child about porn. Right? So we cannot straight away start with porn related conversations. We have to start with something lighter, something much more relatable, right? So starting with body parts and emotions and all these other little things, if we can just build up on these topics slowly, little by little, by the time they are 9 or 10 or 11, because statistics today say that children are watching porn between 8 and 10. So by the time they are 10, we can talk about these things to them only if we start somewhere. We have to start. We cannot straight away bombard all this information to a 10-year-old. First of all, not a lot of 10-year-olds, 12-year-olds will sit and listen because they know more than you. First of all, okay, they are not going to sit and listen. Okay, they would have seen all sort of things. So அதுக்கு முன்னாடியே ஒண்ணுமே தெரியாத டைம்லயே புடிச்சிட்டு I am the expert, I am the resource, whatever it is, you come back to me, you talk to me. And if you don't want it or if you cannot talk to me, I will initiate the conversations and then we can have a conversation. If we can establish at home, then you will be the sex educator and porn doesn't have to be the sex educator.
Yeah, and curiosity is something all children have. If you don't answer these questions, they will do something to find out.
Why are they not saying yes or
something is there? Now I need to know. And also, I mean, I've seen in a lot of places in my life also, like, you're scared to approach your parent to ask. Don't do that to your child, guys. Like, that's the worst thing to do. You should be the one they should look up to, like, immediately come to anything,
They should feel safe to come
Be
home.
safe.
And not feel scared. Oh my God, veetla enna solla poranga? What are they going to trash me if I,
I cannot tell this to my mother. Oh, my father gets to know. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yes.
You should know that even if you made a mistake, that your parents are the most safest people that you can come up to and tell them, and they will not judge you. If you yourself are going to judge your own child, how are you going to protect them from the society who's going to judge and throw rash and rude comments on them?
Yes. Now when we are not able to talk about these things to our parents, we indirectly understand that you can be in a relationship where you don't have to be open with each other. So which means tomorrow you can easily get into a love relationship and then keep things secret from your partner. Okay, or you can always keep thinking that, okay, what will they think? If I say this thing, will this person run away from me? Will this person even accept and agree? Because that's the kind of relationship we've had with a parent. So there's a very high probability that you can get into a love relationship also in the exact same pattern. And that's not healthy for anybody.
But Swati, now, like, people who have watched this, I'm sure they must be like, now they know, right? But what if there are people out there that who cannot change their parents? Obviously, there are now parents they reach a point where they don't want to change them. I'm okay with this. I've lived so far. No, I know the things. But what about people now who need help? What do they do? Like, who have hesitant parents, and right nowadays I have so many messages from teenagers who come and tell me I'm 17, I'm 16, I don't know what to do. Whom do I go talk to? So what would you suggest for people like that?
And what is the right age to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend?
Anything, any questions? Like,
okay.
I want whoever watches this to know, what you should do.
I don't think we can change anybody, not just parent, partner, or friend or anybody. You cannot change anybody. Nobody is your assignment or project. You cannot change anybody. People change only if they want to change. So the only thing you can do practically is to open up to your parent now and tell them, see, I had to get to know a lot of things during puberty. I never came to know about these things, and now I'm struggling with relationships. Can we openly talk about it? Can we, I read a book and then I found these things and I want to share it with you. Will you be okay to have a conversation with me? Just initiate conversations and see if they can open up. If they are still close, then there is no other go. You have to continue your own learning through sex educators, workshops, books, good sex education websites. There are a lot of ethical porn websites that you can go check. Ethical porn websites will have a lot of articles and blogs and all written by sex therapists and sexologists and all that. So it will not just be porn. It will have a lot of educational content also. So you can try to initiate some conversations, but 50-50. Yeah, if they are agreeing, you can. It'll be very good. But
guys, you should attend. I have to tell the people, like, you must attend Swati's live sessions, and it is super fun. She is you know, it's like watching a movie. You learn like watching a movie. She's hilarious. She gets to the point.
We have sat together in a class for like 3 hours and time pona de
enjoyed it so much. I wish, I always tell Swati this, I wish I had a teacher like you in school. I would love to go to school, but yeah, otherwise if it's like a regular lecture, you're like, yeah, like that. But with Swati, it's not that at all. You guys, I'm telling you.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
You should try Swati's sessions, you know. We have learned so much, you know.
And on the profile, you can see the recommendations that she's already put up in her highlights. Don't bombard her with personal DMs.
Yeah, please don't do that, guys. And Swati, what she's doing for us right now is like a big favor, and we are so happy that she's doing this, because she has, in this time, she could be doing so many things, and she's sharing her you know.
No, but this is important because whenever somebody asks to talk about sex education, though it's the same thing, no, whichever page requests for it, I just go and talk about it, though it's the same thing, because it can reach another 500 new people, right? And 500 is a big count. So my only parameter is the page has to be 500 to 1,000 people on it, because for me that really will work time wise, energy wise. So yeah, if there is a good audience that you have, you can have me for lives and we can have these conversations going. Yeah,
I want you to, like, many schools and all call me, I want once this COVID is, online classes, whatever, I want you to, share your knowledge with children, basically, because like you said, like when we teach the children, then the future of our children is also safe in a way, because they all learn they learn together, for me, my only thing is, Akira, and I want to teach her what we didn't learn or we didn't know.
Yeah.
Or we were not taught.
Yeah, and I want her to see the world in her way. I don't want her to see the world like, probably this is how the only way you learn things and you see things, and this is how it's been done. No, I want her to live her life on her terms and see the beauty of this world. Yeah, there's not
in
all
her
bad.
Own perspective, and probably we'll also learn something new from it.
Yeah, and I want to see Akira's personality. As she grows, I want to see Akira growing. I don't want to see an Nakul or Shruti growing.
Exactly.
We already know each
good
other.
Point.
Or
good point.
Yeah, I want to see her. I want to, like, when the first time I met her itself was like, my God, this new person. First time on earth I'm meeting this person. That experience was I can't explain, So I want these things. I want people, my fam at least, because why I'm telling all this is why we're doing this session right now is because all the people who follow me, I feel, are very sensible, intelligent people. They're very empathetic. They're they show a lot of care to me. So I thought, you could know this. People should see this, and I'm so glad, that.
Discuss about this with your friends as well.
Yeah, I want them to share it, see this, and reach out to you. Go for your sessions, your classes, experience what we experienced, and also tell the people that it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay that you don't know things. It's okay to learn. It's okay to ask for help. There's nothing wrong. Nobody is perfect.
Yes. Yeah.
But sitting in one place and saying, no, I'm not going to accept that I'm not wrong, what I did was right, is not going to take you anywhere. You're
and
just
also
going to be stagnated.
And also fear of change. People are scared to change. What if? Oh no, Like, why not?
What will others say? Yeah.
Break
That
those.
word only has hit a lot of people.
But Swati, I got to tell you, what you do is like really amazing. You're like a bank of knowledge, like a think tank, and so amazing to learn things from you.
Thank you.
The way you teach it, and so many aspects. Like today itself, I didn't know. To be honest, there's something known as ethical porn. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I really didn't know those things. And I thought, okay, sex education. Like I had it in school in Bombay when there was a sex education class and all. Yeah. I slept through.
What did you?
It was.
We didn't have even that.
It was something
We didn't
really
have that.
stupid, and at least the way it was taught. So
Okay.
right now things have changed. I want people to see these things, and we should do more sessions like this. I mean, whenever possible, whenever.
Yeah, sure. We'll do.
And,
We'll surely
one
do.
main important thing I wanted to tell is a lot of teenagers here are like, commenting. But வீட்ல எப்படி சொல்றது? How do I tell this to my kid? Very young parents are also here. Of course, like Swati said, நீங்க வந்து உங்க parents கிட்ட you can try talking. Obviously, some will be shocked and they will be like, what are you doing? Where are you reading? They will probably even slut shame some people and all of that. I've seen a lot of people go through this. So if it is going to happen like that, it is also your responsibility to learn the right stuff like this. Don't be vague about your own self, your own body parts. Learn it the right way from the right people. You should see if they are doing evidence-based stuff and not just some random meme pages who just post things without any scientific backup to it.
Also, I want to tell the people who are like Tamil la pesunga unnume puriyala, and like I said, they're writing that in English, but it's okay. What I'm saying is, if you don't understand it, it's okay. It's okay you don't understand it. Sit with a friend who could probably understand it, because I'm going to save this life. Sit with a friend who will speak English and he'll explain it to you. Learn it. Your friend also learns. You also learn. There's nothing wrong. Go give it a shot. Try it. Are you ashamed? Are you shy to ask your friend? Hey, macha, English purilada. Konju kattu kudra. Nothing wrong. Kattukalam. Learn. No problem. Yeah. So
and so people shouldn't think that they have to only attend my classes to know information. They can check the website of Sex Positive Families. It's a very resourceful page, especially for parents. But even if you're not a parent, you can check this website and their Instagram page, Sex Positive Families. They keep posting about how to talk about body parts, how to talk about periods, how to talk about porn, what to do if child watches porn. All these things are already discussed there. So content is already there. Content is out there. Okay. It's just that you need to start accessing the content. So Sex Positive Families is there. Then amaze.org is there. Amaze has a lot of interesting videos that children themselves can watch, and teenagers should go check out the videos and articles on Amaze. And there's a website called Amazing Me that you can check for books, sex education related books. So that also you can check. And if you're anyone above 12 or 13 or 11 or 12 or 13, you can get puberty books and start reading. I know a lot of 13-year-olds are now on Instagram. A lot of people DM me, 13, 14-year-olds. So if your parents are not opening up, you don't have to wait for porn to teach you. Please don't put porn on a pedestal and then think that you can learn about sex and sexuality from porn. Instead, buy a book on puberty, understand what happens in your body when you go through puberty. Also get a book for the other gender's puberty also. So some puberty books will have mixed information. Some authors write separate information for girls and boys. So try to get a separate book or the same mixed book and then read about the other person also, so that we need to know what boys also go through during puberty. So so all these things you can do to get information. Yeah.
Can we just answer few questions?
Swati,
sure. Right now there's a question here. How would you explain homosexuality to your child?
So me and Maya, we have had a conversation on this, and this is part of the sex ed class also. So my sex ed class is completely filled with stuff that happened with me and Maya. So once what happened, I was watching an English movie. Usually I don't watch any adult content with her. But that day what happened, I was watching a romantic comedy, and the heroine's friend was a gay friend. Okay. So this fellow was having a gay marriage. So she walked into the room at that time, and usually what our parents do is change the channel when they see kissing scene or intimate scene and all that. But this marriage was going on, and then she came and watched. I thought it's marriage only, no. So then she came and she watched and she observed for a second and she asked, "Only grooms? Where is the bride?" So I told her, okay, baby, the two men, if they love each other and if they want to live with each other, they can very well get married. That's all I told her. So she was around 5 years at that time. So she said, "Oh, okay, really?" I said, "Yeah." So she just started moving away from me. Then came back to me and asked, "Okay, then what about two girls? Can they also get married with each other if they want to?" I said, yeah. If they love each other, if they want to live with each other, then they can also get married. And she said, "Okay, fine." And she went off. So we didn't have any conversation around this again. But after a week, when I was cooking or doing something else, she comes back and then she asks me, "Amma, so when two guys get married," so I couldn't make sense of what she's saying, okay, because this is happening after a week. So I said, "Which two guys got married? Who? Where? Enga yaru kalyanam panna?" And she's like, "No, that day we saw, no, when two guys got married." So the information inge connect panni she's asking. So when two guys get married, they can't have children, no? Okay, so that was a question. So I said, yeah, they can't have children, correct, but they can adopt a child if they want to. So, and she said, yes, they can. That's because we've already spoken about how babies are made. We've already spoken about adoption. That's the reason why I could have that conversation with her. Now, இது எங்க வீட்ல எப்படி ஆரம்பிக்கிறதுன்னு கேட்டா, எங்கேயோ ஒரு இடத்துல ஆரம்பிங்க, அப்பதான் இங்க வரைக்கும் கொண்டு வர முடியும். நீ ஒண்ணுமே பேசல, டைரக்டா 100 சொல்லி கொடுக்கணும்னு எப்படி 0ல ஆரம்பிச்சாதானே 100க்கு வர முடியும். So you have to start somewhere and bring it here. So at 5 years, I don't have to give my child information that no, they can have a surrogate mother and they can do IVF and then they can have the test tube baby. அந்த அளவுக்கு நான் சொல்லி கொடுக்கணும் அவசியம் இல்லை. So as a parent and a sex educator, what I have to do is I have to give her honest information. I shouldn't cook up information and I should give her short answers, age appropriately. For that age, what they will understand, I have to speak that at home. That's sex education in a nutshell. So how to talk about homosexuality? You have to start somewhere. Only then you can reach homosexuality. ஒண்ணுமே குழந்தைகிட்ட பேசுறது இல்ல, எதுவுமே பீனஸ் வஜைனா கூட வல்வா கூட நீங்க சொன்னது இல்ல அப்படின்னா டைரக்டா போய் ஒரு 7 வயசு குழந்தைகிட்ட இதுதான் ஹோமோசெக்சுவாலிட்டின்னு சொல்லி புரிய வைக்க முடியாது. And I don't have to even use the word homosexuality there. நம்ம இப்போ Shruti and Nakul are heterosexual couples அப்படின்னு நம்ம சொல்றது இல்ல. Shruti and Nakul are a couple. That's all. We don't have to say they are homosexual couple, they are this couple, that couple. We don't have to label them also. அது தெரிஞ்சுக்க வேண்டிய ஏஜ் வரும்போது அது தெரிஞ்சுப்பாங்க. பட் அந்த நேரத்துல தோன்ற கொஸ்டின் என்கிட்ட கேட்டு என்கிட்ட இருந்து பதில் வராம இருந்தாதான் அவ தனியா போய் வேற பக்கம் இது கியூரியாசிட்டி வேற பக்கம் இது பண்ணுவான். அந்த சீன் பார்த்தா நானும் இருந்தேன், என்கிட்ட கேட்கலாங்கிற ஒரு ஓப்பன் என்வாயன்மெண்ட் இருந்ததுனால she asked me. So your job as a parent is only to create that environment where the child feels open to share anything and everything with you.
Right. Some ask like, what is the appropriate age to talk about all this to your child?
But she just
watch this session again. So yeah, any questions, fam, to Swati? This is the chance. Otherwise, if you mind if you don't feel anything coming right now.
Okay, wait.
She was playing the guitar by there, doing. You were hearing she was like, my rock star was playing the guitar. So yeah, we can all attend Swati's sessions, and the way you handle the questions, well done, Maya Zamma. Yeah, so proud of her. Please respond. How do we teach boundaries when children are beaten?
Yeah, udane vandruvaanga
Parents or
nadu
elders.
to talk horrible stuff. Aren't you ashamed?
Oh, there are
Rajesh Nishu, are you not ashamed?
What now?
He's a child. He's okay. Bad upbringing. Anyways, so not brought up well, not seen the right things in this world.
Learn something.
It actually it also reflects when people talk like this. It reflects your upbringing, where you come.
Yeah, it reflects their upbringing. See, we cannot blame the parents also. That's the problem. No, parents
but I
எப்படி
feel
நம்ம இன்னொருத்தங்களை எப்படி blame பண்றது? அதுவும் பண்ண முடியாது.
I don't get angry about all these things, Swati. I don't get angry. I feel bad. I feel so bad.
Yeah.
And I just feel the future where it's going, like wasted future, no, if it's like that. But I do feel they all have a chance to.
No, it just indicates that they're cowards. Because directly will they say that to somebody? Whatever it is. I didn't see what just now happened, but whatever is that you people saw, will they directly say it to somebody? No. Or maybe they are people who directly also do these things to other people. Who knows?
Yeah, they should be. They're in jail, most of them, I think.
Somebody asked, what is the right age to give a separate room for a child?
Oh, that's a good question.
That's totally according to the child's comfort level. So a lot of children are comfortable to move away from the parents, and parents can train them like that. But without a lot of crying, if you want to do it, then you have to wait for the child to be ready. So maybe have a separate bed or small cot in the same room that you are sleeping. Transition them to that cot and then reassure them that you are with them. And as the next stage, you can get that cot to another room, and then you can sit there till the child sleeps off, and then come back to your room. So it's just a very step-by-step thing that you need to do.
Somebody asked a very a question about religion. How do you teach your children religion?
Religion is a man-made concept, according to me. So you can take your own sweet time to teach about religion, which is like marriage or anything, any other man-made concepts, Marda, religion. It's not a natural thing that the child has to know. There is no compulsion that the child has to know about it, or without knowing about it, the child's health and safety is at stake. அந்த அளவுக்கு ஒரு emergency situation மாதிரி ஒரு விஷயம் கிடையாதுங்கறனால you can sweetly take a lot of time. If your family follows religion, then the child is anyway seeing you praying or lighting the lamp or spending some time for religious practices. So you can just tell them, we are praying to God, and when the child will ask what is God, and then you have to give an answer in whatever. So you need to develop your value systems. Yeah, you need to have a system inside you to explain it to the child. If you don't have a system, you are just blindly following what your parents taught you, then you will not have a system in your mind. You will not be able to tell anything to them. So which means you need to ask yourself, why am I following this religion? What makes me believe in God?
True.
So whatever your child asks, take it as an opportunity to learn about yourself. So understand what is your personal value systems, because tomorrow the child is going to ask you about abortion. They're going to ask you about transgenders. They're going to ask you about why is India a rape culture, a country with rape culture? Why do people stalk others? Why did that uncle,
why did this
call that
comment
auntie
like
fat? Why did yeah, things like that they're going to ask. So if you don't have a personal value system, then based on what will you explain? Each time you can't approach Maya Sama, can you answer this? Now my child is 4 years. Then the child is 6 years. Maya Sama, can you answer this also? When the child is a teenager, Maya Sama, can you give this also? So like that, step by step, you won't be having anybody to guide you there. Of course, there are websites, everything is there, but ultimately it has to come from within you. So you have to ask yourself, what is your personal value system concerning religion, marriage, relationships, all these things? What do you actually believe in? So everything starts from within you only. ஆமா கேக்குறது கொஞ்சம் philosophical-ஆ தெரியலாம், பட் ரெண்டு மூணு வாட்டி யோசிச்சு பாருங்க, உங்களுக்கு தெரிஞ்சிரும்.
So Swati, last question. I don't want to take up too much of your time. Swati, like now somebody asked, like, so how do we get to like reach out to Swati, attend session and things like that? So why don't you just tell them, no?
Yeah, so I have a sex education basics class for parents. Any adult can attend. Anybody who wants to know what comprehensive sexuality health education can attend. You don't have to be a parent for that. The earliest a parent can attend is when they plan for a baby. That's the right time to attend. I have a lot of pregnant people attending classes. But as of now, I only have one session, which is the Real Talk, which is sex education basics. And I have it in English, Tamil and Malayalam. Malayalam sessions I have only once in 2 months or something, because I have very less Malayalam followers. Tamil session and English session I have quite often. You can try that. I'll be coming up with a teenager session, puberty session very soon, probably by May end. So you can attend with your teenager. So that will soon come up. For adults, for you to know about basic sexuality, intimacy, marriage and all that, I have a couple of sessions. One is Between the Sheets, which I focus only on women, and the other one is Intimacy and Relationships for couples.
Do you give counseling for couples for better relationship?
No. I don't do any one-on-one counseling for anything other than lactation issues. So it's only breastfeeding that I deal with one-on-one. That too, I'm not doing a lot these days because there are so many lactation counselors these days and very less people in sexuality. So I'm just only focusing on sex education for the time being.
Great, yeah, Swati.
And they should also know that all pediatricians are not lactation consultants.
Oh.
சரி அது நம்ம தனியா இன்னொரு லைவ் வச்சு பேசலாம். பிரஸ்ட் ஃபீடிங் வேணா அதுல நிறைய இருக்கும்.
Thank you, Swati. Thank you for always being the ray of light in our lives.
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity.
No, I think from the fam side and from me, from all of us, thank you for this. We really liked it,
and one more thing, really one more thing. People who are following Nakul and not following me, you can follow. There's Dr. Cutress, there's Lisa Mangaldas, there's Indian sex therapist. There is I can't quickly recollect the names, but there are so many sex educators today online. There is a lot of quality content that you can check. If you just see who all I'm following, you will get at least 15-20 people. So just follow all of them. You will get to learn something or the other every day. Yeah.
I follow Dr. Cutress. I think she's very knowledgeable and
yes. Very much.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Guys.
I'm going to save this, guys. So whenever and ask for help. Yeah, ask for help. Nothing wrong in asking help. Okay, and don't fear change. Change is inevitable. Panni aganu. It's okay. Move with time. Like. All right, Swati. Thank you so much.
All right, guys. Thank you again and again for supporting me and encouraging me in my humble work. Thank you so much.
Oh, always our pleasure. Thanks, Swati.
Bye. Bye, Chittu.
Okay, that's all screen time for you. Chalo.
Oh, பாக்குறான். அவளுக்கு இருக்கிற ஸ்ட்ரெயிட் ஹேருக்கு இந்த அம்மாக்கு என்னடா தலை மேல பகிரங்கமா என்னமோ இருக்கு அப்படின்னு பாக்குறோம். இந்த மாதிரி நம்ம பார்த்தது இல்லையே.
Like okay, too much.
Okay, guys. Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.